SDG1 The Big Questions. Where did it begin?
Have you ever thought about where poverty actually begins?
It's a complex issue, isn't it? It can start from unfortunate events or even be inherited.
Right. For instance, a drought can devastate a farmer's crops, leading to financial struggles.
And sometimes, discrimination plays a huge role in poverty. People might struggle to find jobs due to their gender or background.
Exactly. On a larger scale, political instability and war can leave countries unable to provide for their citizens.
Yes, and national debt can also hinder a government's ability to support its people, leading to ongoing inequalities.
It's shocking to think how colonialism has left lasting impacts on many nations, affecting their socioeconomic situations.
Absolutely. Vulnerability to natural disasters can further exacerbate these issues, creating a cycle that's hard to break.
So, poverty isn't just an individual issue, it's deeply rooted in a web of social, economic, and political factors.
Exactly. Understanding this complexity is crucial for addressing poverty effectively. Why does this issue matter?
Have you ever thought about why poverty is such a critical issue worldwide?
Absolutely. It's important to recognize that poverty comes in many forms, like absolute and relative poverty.
Right. Absolute poverty is when people can't meet their basic human needs, like food and shelter.
And relative poverty is about income inequalities. It shows how people are doing compared to others in their region.
Exactly. Poverty isn't just about money, it also includes access to education, healthcare, and social participation.
Yes, the UN describes poverty as a lack of choices and opportunities, which affects survival and societal participation.
When people are poor, they struggle to feed their families or even have clean water.
And living in poverty often means facing violence or living in unstable environments without basic services.
One way to measure poverty is through the poverty line, which indicates the minimum daily income needed to survive.
It's shocking that many people live on less than $1.90 a day, especially in Southern Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa.
That's about 70% of the global total of extremely poor people, which is a staggering statistic.
Calculating the poverty rate helps us understand how many people are living below that income level. Who and what are affected? It's shocking to see that in Manitoba, nearly 29% of children live in poverty.
That's really concerning. And it's not just children, there are systemic issues affecting Indigenous people in the criminal justice system too.
Right, and on a global scale, the effects of climate change hit women the hardest, especially in developing countries.
Exactly. 2/3 of working women in those regions rely on agriculture for their income, making them vulnerable.
And this isn't just a simple issue of wealth. The Gapminder project shows how wealth and poverty have shifted over time.
Yes, it's fascinating and alarming. Poverty has many sources and impacts communities in so many ways.
For sure, barriers like underfunded schools and child welfare services really hinder children's potential.
This cycle of poverty makes it incredibly difficult for individuals to escape without intervention.
It's a complex issue that needs more awareness and understanding from all of us.
Absolutely. It's important to keep discussing these issues to highlight their significance.
Yes, and hopefully, by sharing this information, we can inspire change and support those affected. What is being done? It's a huge issue that requires coordinated efforts from everyone, from corporations to local organizations.
Exactly. Advocating for effective poverty reduction strategies can really make a difference.
Right. Programs like income supports and child care programs help people create wealth and break the cycle of poverty.
And it's crucial to have programs at local, national, and international levels to make a real impact.
Some strategies focus on empowering specific groups, like women, while others address issues like debt or food insecurity.
Speaking of strategies, have you heard about the universal basic income idea?
Yes. It was explored in Dauphin, Manitoba back in 1970, right? They tested giving people money instead of targeted aid.
Exactly. The results showed that it helped stabilize poverty and even reduced hospitalization rates.
And it led to more teenagers staying in school, which is such a positive outcome.
It really highlights how important it is to think outside the box when addressing poverty.
Definitely. Tackling poverty is complex, but with the right strategies, we can make a significant impact.